Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. In this video we will learn how to make these beautiful earrings. I really like it. It's very nice earrings, and I have used 8mm pearls in this example, and then some lever back ear wires and some jump rings. And for wires I have used 20 gauge and 26 gauge wire. I have used bead landing wire in this sample. For this video, I'm going to use this roundel crystals and this lavender color um, seed beads. So it's a different color combination, but I think it will be good. These two colors is the one that I'm going to use. Let's get started. So I'm going to use 20 gauge para wire in antique copper and 26 gauge para wire in the same color. You can also switch the colors, but I like to use the same color. And then this is 26 and 20 gauge. So first, tools wise, what you need is nylon jaw pliers if you have one, to straighten the wire, or you can straighten with a piece of cloth and just pull it, run the cloth like that, and it should be good. So the amount of wire that I took here, I did this like in a scrap wire that was sitting on my desk, so I didn't measure at all. But depending upon our beads, for this one I would say at least 8 inches of wire, like probably 7 inches probably would be good enough. And for this, because this one is a 6 by 4 millimeter, I'm not going to use I want it to be at least 8 inches. I'm going to make this in a teardrops shape, so I think 7 inches should be good enough, I guess. Yeah, no matter how much teardrop we make, 7 should be good enough. So I am snipping off some wire. I'm gonna do 2 wires of the same length because we need to do the earring, right? So we need 2 lengths of that. Okay, and we are done with the 20 gauge. Now we need wire cutters, nylon jaw pliers, round nose pliers, and needle nose pliers. These are the ones that I need. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one ahead and start. I have to work with this first. So I just dump my crystals here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 26 gauge wire and I'm going to load my beads in the wire. So I'm going to work with a spool. I am not taking it off because it's easy for me if I work with a spool, because I don't have to measure how much ever I want. So it's easy that way. Just take your wire, just bend it a little bit like that, and then go through the seed beads. And these are 11 ounce seed beads, by the way. In this sample I used 15 ounce seed beads and 8mm round pearl beads. I think these are Swarovski pearls, I'm not so sure. And these ones are 6 by 4 millimeter crystals, and this one is 11 ounce seed bead. So if you run it like this, your needle will pick up a bunch and you don't have to. So just see how it picks up. So you don't have to do one by one. So load as much as beads you want. It's like if you think that you will add beads later, that's not going to happen because we are working in a spool, so it will not happen. Then you will have to cut in the middle, and if you do a little bit. So this time what I will do is I will measure the amount of wire that I'm using approximately, and then let you guys know. But it's really how much you like to put on. So for example, in this sample there is only 7 beads, and in the teardrop, and because this one is small, we can use more beads if you want to, and make the earrings much more bigger and longer. So try and load as much beads as you can. So if you keep it at an angle and do it, it comes out very good. So you can use 15 or seed beads, 11 or seed beads. I wouldn't go bigger than that. Um, um, I don't think so that will look good. But it's just my design preference that I would like the look. If you like it, you can go. I think 8 is also fine. It doesn't matter, whichever you have available. And for this also you can use freshwater pearls, gemstones and stuff like that, as long as the bead goes through this 20 gauge wire. So that's all you need to worry about. Whichever goes through it, you can use it. You can substitute the seed beads with crystal beads, like small 2 by 3 millimeter or 2 millimeter crystal beads that will look really nice. I don't have that at the moment, and I feel that seed beads are a nice way to this is an easy way to use up my seed beads as well. So this one is a purple color with an rainbow AB finish on it, so you can see that color come through. I just wanted a color combination which is a little bit unusual rather than usual green and red and blue and brown, red and white, like that. So I have enough beads, I guess. So I have loaded this many beads. Let me just measure this in case if I want to let you guys know. So here I have about 9 inches of beads. Okay, I think that's more than enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make like a loop and keep it so that it doesn't fall off, and I'm going to thread my bead, just one bead. Actually, before threading you can start, leave about an inch of wire over here this side, and then start wire wrapping. So I just leave a short tail and then I wrap it. It's better to keep my spool that side so it's easy. So make consistent wraps right next to each other. If it is not, it's not a big deal. You take your pliers, go ahead and squish this together. You can tighten it that way also. See, it's right next to each other. And then just leave that tail. We will come and then wrap it a couple of times with that short tail. I want you to leave about an inch here, and now I add my crystal. Then what I do is I bring some seed beads down, just like so, my crystal all the way here, and then I take my seed beads and come around. How many seed beads it takes, it depends upon how much your bead is big. So here, this much, see, I don't want any gap between my bead and the seed beads, but if I take one more off of this, okay, This is too much. If I take one more off of this, okay, that's about perfect. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads, 8 seed beads to cover half of my bead. Okay, there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep all of those down here and then just twist my wire right there. Okay, still there is a gap. With the 15 O's, I have just wrapped it as if there is no gap, but I think it is the shape of the roundels and the seed beads that matters. Now bring it as close to the bead and then do 5 wraps. Okay, make sure, take your time while wrapping. Make sure each wrap comes right next to each other and count 5. Okay, once the 5 wraps are done, cinch your coils nicely. See the look of it. If it needs to be reduced a bead or so, now is the time you can do it, otherwise you can't. See, there's a gap. I can see the gap. Let me see with the next bead if I can reduce. That one was 8 beads. And seed beads, these, even though these are branded ones, the size is still varying. So I am going to take 7 beads this time and see how it fits. Okay, I will have to come and adjust the first one, but it's a guessing factor. Yeah, 7 beads would be very perfect. I need to take one of that. 7 beads and then just tighten your wraps. Do 5 wraps. I'm doing 5 wraps in between every bead. Okay, so you don't have to do 5 wraps if you don't want to. You can do less wraps also, but I need gap between these seed beads, right? These two things. So 5 wraps is about perfect for me. Okay, I would like to do 5 wraps in between each bead. Then I add the next bead. Maybe this color combo is not very great, but something very different, right? You can also take the same color if you want to. 5, 6, and 7. Move the beads down. Take the roundel up until your wrap and then cover the bead. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, cinch it down. There we go. Now take another bead. Add it to the other end. Then bring 7 beads total. 6 plus 4, 7. Yes. And then drop it down to right next to the roundel. Take your wire and bring it right next to the roundel and then do a wrap. 3, 4, 5. 5 wraps. Cinch this down. If you think the wraps are less, 3, 4, 5. You can do one more if you want to. That's 5 for me. I'm sticking to 5. You can do 6 or 7 if you want to. That is 3, 4 plus 2, 6, and one more. There we go. And then come here and bend your wire, and then do 5 reps. Do this until the length desirable. I am going to do about, say, 9 or 11 beads so that I can make a teardrop. I'll meet you guys then. I did actually 13 to be frank with you guys. I did 13 beads. You can do as much as you want. And then I did, like, at the end I did 8 wraps, and then I'm gonna snip it off. Okay, then I'm still having beads in my spool, which I'm going to use it for the next earring. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this. You can take a rounded object like this and then just bend it like this. It will become a round earring just like that. But if you want a teardrop one, you can just bend it with your fingers. So this is the teardrop shape that I'm getting, and as you can see the difference between this and this, right? So we need only 6 inches of wire. That's more than enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to snip off the other one also, the same height as this one. So this is our tail that we started. So I'm going to cinch this again and use my pliers to wrap a couple more times. Okay, and then snip off the short tail, and then make sure you tuck the tail in. Just press it against the center wire. Now you have this, and I want to make sure both the height are the same. If not, you can snip off a little bit more also. There we go. Now just bend it with your fingers. So in this I have done a loop like this and added 3 jump rings to attach my ear wire to this earrings. But if you don't want it, all you can do is you can make a loop, and then because we are doing teardrop, we have the opportunity to do that, or you can do the same thing. So I'll show you guys the same thing what I did. I take my round nose pliers, keep it right on top of the coil, that the end of the coil that we did in the last. Keep it like this and bend this wire outside. Okay, just like so. Just bend it a little bit back and forth so that you form a question mark. That's what I did with the last the sample that I made. So this is what I did with the sample. So okay, just like a question mark. Do the same this side also. Bend the wire just like that, and also bend it like this so that you have a question mark here as well. So now this is what you have. So this one is a little bit different, so I'm trying to make the other one. And then I'm gonna snip some off. Just like so. Then what you are going to do is take your tweezer nose pliers or needle nose pliers and bend this wire just a bit back. Just make a U and then crush the U. as if we are making a head pin out of the wire, right? So that's how I make these two sides. And then press it against. So this is what we have so far. It's wire wrap, so it's not going to be very perfect, but you can do as much as you can, right? Then press these together. Now you can combine this and add your ear wire to this and make it into a teardrop earring, or you can add 3 jump rings like how I added in the other sample, and then finish this off. There is a couple of ways to finish this off. Hi friends, I did finish making 2 of them. Here I have some jump rings, 3 jump rings for one earring and 3 for the other. So I made my own jump rings. Let me know if I need to make a video about how to make your own jump rings. I think I have it, but I can make one more. Leave me in the comments below. I would do that. And I just did a teardrop shape, which I'm happy with. Now all I'm going to do is put together all of these, and we need ear wires for that. So I made my own ear wires because the copper ear wires that I have didn't have this shiny finish, so I wanted to match this one. So anyways, I did go ahead and make those, and then the jump rings I also hammered them, so it's kind of open now. Just make sure that it's closed. When you make your own jump rings, it will match exactly the color of wire that you're working with for the earrings, and it'll look more professional and nice, because all are in uniform color. You can use store-bought jump rings that is ready-made made, and then it's like 400 pack. It is expensive, and also sometimes it doesn't match. For example, for this antique finish copper wire, it wouldn't match. The antique copper that I have is a matte finish that I bought from I think Michael's, I guess. So it wouldn't match, and it would look a little bit different because both are different, right? So all you need to do is open up a jump ring. I like to use my bent nose pliers and my tweezer nose or needle nose pliers both to open and close a jump ring, this bent part, right? So I keep the jump ring in, and it holds most of my jump ring, so it's easy for me to do the twist. So twist it out, open, and add. So first what we do is we add a jump ring to this side of the loop. Hold on to this, and you can just slip it in because you have an open part to it, right? So, and then try to close this in completely, and then over here too, take another jump ring and then just slide it in. There we go. And then close this a little bit. So now you take your open jump ring, okay, take the earring upside down so that your jump rings are facing down. So now you can add this one, okay, and this one right here, okay. Now it is okay. I missed that. And also I need to adjust this. This needs to come in a straight line. Okay, fine. Now put it down so the jump rings will fall down. Now add one jump ring, the next jump ring, and then your ear wire, and then you can close your jump ring. See how easy it is to use a bent nose pliers. uh, that's what I really like about that. So see, our earrings is done, and the same deal here. Slip a jump ring to this loop and close this loop. Take another jump ring and slip through the next one and close the loop completely, and take another jump ring, open it up with your blunt nose pliers and your tweezer nose pliers, just like that. Put the earrings down so the jump rings will fall. That way you wouldn't it wouldn't be a messy one. If one jump ring is turned the other side, it would look wobbly. That's why. So add your ear wire and your earrings are done. I guess you liked this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time almost every day. And I did upload Sam's bead box yesterday. That was my second box. And this is a variation of this earring. You can do it in gold, anti-copper, round, teardrop, whichever color you want. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.